Right, welcome back to the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand. This is your instant match reaction. Nottingham Forest 1, Liverpool 1 outside Box Park, Liverpool. Eat, drink, play, and that's what we did tonight. But we wanted to see a bit more play in the first half from Liverpool. Don't get me wrong, the first 7 minutes really good, positive start. We were knocking it around, we were slowing down the tempo of the game. Not really asked about what the home crowd thought. We thought, right, let's build a little camp and start playing it about. And within 7 minutes, I think there was 3 shots from Liverpool. Yes, they were all wayward, but that definitely shows your intent for the game. Are you up for it? Are you going to be risking shots from distance? Are you going to go for it? And we thought Liverpool were for the first 7 minutes. And then all of a sudden, the ball, I think it's launched up from the keeper as a 50-50. Mo Salah kind of pussyfoots out of it. And all of a sudden, into Morgan Gibbs-White, all of a sudden, or it might have been Callum Hudson-Odoi, all of a sudden, great ball, I think it was Elanga actually, swings it into Chris Wood, and it's timed so perfectly, and that is a really cultured, almost like a Robbie Fowler-esque kind of sweep into the far corner. There was no power on it, he just passed it. And when it's that accurate, there's nothing Alisson can do. And you have to take your hat off. That's an example of why Nottingham Forest are title challengers this season. That's the first time I've ever said it out loud. It feels so strange to say that Nottingham Forest are title challengers. I'm pretty sure in the DR Sports video I had them 16th or 17th this season. So that's a wild one, to be honest, that Forest are doing so well. But there's your example. When you've got Elanga on the left, Morgan Gibbs-White in the 10, Chris Wood up top, and Callum Hudson-Odoi on the wing. Bro, I don't know. I don't care which team you are, Liverpool, Man City, whoever. That's a dangerous combo. And we felt the full brunt of that in the first 8 minutes, and we were 1-0 down, the crowd are on top of us. And you're thinking, hang on, we haven't even played that bad. We've started really well. But that's the difference in the Premier League. That's the fine margins between a win and a loss. If we win that second ball, if Salah knocks it onto the player, it deflects, we get possession again, we start again, I'm pretty sure we don't draw that game tonight. And they're the fine lines. They're the fine lines for Liverpool. So, listen, we played our own part in it, but you have to credit Nottingham Forest. It was so quick, direct, and a beautiful finish from Chris Wood. 13 goals now in the season. I think Salah's on 18. He's not far behind him, and he's clinical. I was saying earlier, he's the best player from New Zealand of all time. I'm pretty sure he must win the New Zealand Footballer of the Year award every year. I don't even know if that's a thing, to be honest. But I know they're more of a rugby country. But anyway, they score, and you're expecting Liverpool, because of the 7 minutes before that goal for Forest, you're thinking, right, it's still so early, don't write us off. We've got loads of time to build up into this game. We can bop it around, we can create chances. I was certain of it. But as the time slowly went on, it was really frustrating. Half an hour in, you're thinking, where's the goal coming from? Where's a chance coming from? Where's a succession of 5 passes coming from? You didn't really see it. Half chances in the first half. I remember one though, when Luis Diaz was through on goal, and really he should have been playing it to Cody Gakpo a lot sooner. And Murillo, the Brazilian centre-back, who I think is going to be an absolute star one day, he actually sticks his leg out. And you look back and think, if Liverpool had scored then 30-odd minutes, maybe even earlier, you're thinking, right, we've got a foothold, we go on and win this game now. There's so much time left, but so frustrating. That performance from Diaz was so frustrating. And it's so rare. I think it's 3-14 now in the Prem. It was 5-5 before that. We need a little bit more from Luchito. We love him, of course, but we need a little bit more clinicalness, that right decision right at the end. There'll be no one more gutted than him with that chance, but Gakpo was in, he probably scores. And these little moments you look back on and think, wow, how different could it be? But half-time comes around. I was expecting Jota to come on at half-time. He didn't. I think it was around about the 62nd, 3rd minute that he came on with Tsimikas. But before that, Liverpool, again, were void of ideas. It was a real frustrating watch. And luckily, Arne Slot, a stroke of genius bringing them 2 on. I mean, there was question marks being raised taking Konate off. I think that's a valid question. Why are you taking off the centre-back? But you know what? Fair play to him. Fair play to him. He's gone, do you know what? We either draw this game, we equalise, we go and win it, we might lose it. I'm going all out. I'm chucking on the kitchen sink, early doors. I'm taking off a centre-back. Gravenberch can sit in. We go 2 in midfield and almost 4 up front. And fair play to Arne Slot. I don't think there has ever been a more instant impact in Premier League history from 2 players than that. They showed us the replay. Jota comes on the pitch, does all this, gets in the box and just heads it in straight away. It's unbelievable. And it's a Tsimikas assist as well. And we know what his corners can be like. We saw it in the Carabao Cup final. There's loads more examples, but big up to Tsimikas and Jota for providing that instant impact that we desperately needed on the hour mark just after it. And at that point, after a great cross and a little flick on, I don't know how Murillo missed it, but Jota was there to tuck it away. And at that point, you're thinking, right, 25 minutes plus injury time here to really go for this. Can we nick it at the end? Listen, on another day, Jota's chance goes in. On another day, Salah bends it in the top left-hand corner. On another day, Gakpo's deflected shot creeps in the far corner. On another day. But today wasn't that day. And it was so frustrating watching Liverpool in that last 25 minutes. We just could not get it in the goal. But once it's all settled down, once you've had a breather after the game, you go, actually, maybe it's the fair result. Maybe it is the fair result, a 1-1 draw. And listen, Chelsea drew tonight, Man City drew tonight. Obviously, Arsenal, we need Tottenham to do us a favour tomorrow night and keep that pressure at bay. But listen, man, that was an end-to-end game. And like Mario said, I said in Box Park earlier, that's probably the most high-octane, most important game that Liverpool have had against Nottingham Forest since Hillsborough in 1989, when both teams were going hammer and tong at winning leagues, winning European Cups, League Cups, FA Cups. Let's not forget, people, Nottingham Forest were an absolute sleeping giant for decades. Since that period, since the early 90s, absolute sleeping giants. And realistically, on paper, if you take in the tradition, the history of it all, I think Liverpool have 2 wins in 15 at Forest. So on paper, someone said before the game, 7 wins in a row, would you take a draw now? I wouldn't have, if that makes any difference. But on paper, at the end of the game, maybe it is a fair result. What do you think in the chat? The standout performances, I thought Gravenberch was probably Liverpool's best player. It's not saying much going forward. We were pretty non-existent. Gakpo kept trying. Luis Diaz didn't have a great game. If I was doing a player ratings tonight, I'd probably give him a 5 or a 4. Salah super quiet. The first touch of Salah was non-existent today, man. And that's a shame in these big games when you need it to be under the lights. 8 o'clock, nasty kick-off away at Nottingham. It was almost as if he wasn't expecting that bit of extra zip on the pitch tonight, and his touches were a bit heavy. And they allowed the keeper to run out. They allowed the defender to swipe it away. So, listen, man, on another night, Mo Salah cleans up. He could add 2 or 3. On another night, Jota gets 2 or 3 after 5 minutes. On another night, Gakpo's one goes in. But listen, at the end of the day, it's a 1-1 draw. You get absolutely no favours in the Premier League. And if you do, you have to take them. So, we take it. We take the point, and we go into Brentford now. Is a triple must-win. Brentford is a triple must-win. The preview to that game is going to be a big one. Make sure you watch that game. So they've just drawn tonight to Man City at home. Last-minute equaliser. So, frustrating is the word. I was desperate for a win. Desperate for a win tonight. But listen, we take the point. Luckily, other teams have dropped points as well, but we can't rely on them. We have to do our job. Shame. I'll see you on Thursday for the Brentford preview. Take care.